Knowing that the work that I do here at Cisco doesn't only benefit our employees here, but the future women joining tech as a whole. Hi, I am Madison Embry. I am the UK and Ireland People and Communities Country Consultant, supporting all of our wonderful employees here in the UK and Ireland. So I actually joined Cisco almost 9 years ago. I joined through one of our rotational programs that we have for P&C, what we call HR. And so it's a 2-year program where you do a series of rotations. So I worked in a lot of different spaces within HR pretty early on in my time here. So operations, university relations, and a lot of time supporting various leaders in our sales organizations. And what I took from the rotational program was to think of my career as a rotation. And this has been, the role that I'm in now was my biggest career rotation goal, moving abroad and supporting employees outside of our HQ location. Something else to think about, it wasn't just me, my husband also moved over with me. So one of the phenomenal things about Cisco and the benefits that we offer is if you are making an international move, your partner gets to come with you. My husband didn't have to worry about sponsorship for his job, and so Cisco also sponsored him as well. At Cisco, we do a lot around fostering talent movement. So we have different things like stretch assignments, where you can spend a portion of your time, typically around 15%, working with another team, whether that's job shadowing, whether that's doing projects. And so for me, I actually shadowed the team through a 6-month stretch assignment before I took on the role. So I really got to learn a lot of things, help out in some projects early on, and this really makes it super seamless for someone who's trying to do maybe a very different role than that they've done in the past. The food, the people, the history, I mean, everywhere you look, there's absolute beauty and wonder. I grew up in a really small town in North Carolina. It's called Fuquay Arena, if you want to look it up. And for me, growing up, I kind of lived within the same 50-mile radius, and I just always had a dream to live somewhere fundamentally different. And when it came to picking that place, I wanted to go where I wasn't going to be the only expat. London is one of the highest expat cities in the world, so if you want to meet people, some incredible people from all over the world, and work with some incredible people as well, this is definitely the place to go. So I went to North Carolina State University, go Pack. I was a business major with a dual minor in human resources and marketing. And my path even to get to that degree was a little bit interesting as well, because I originally thought I wanted to be a nurse. I actually had a conversation with my dad, and he said, well, at the end of the day, the reason you wanted to be a nurse is because you wanted to help people. Have you ever thought about it on the business side and pursuing HR? And it was something that had never crossed my mind before. I loved all of my classes, the intersection between business strategy and people, and just all of this investment that these companies were making in their employees really inspired me as well. When it came to the transition to tech, I think no one really prepares you for going into uni to all of your classes every day, then transitioning to maybe never having a leader in your same location, which was the case for myself for about 6 years. And so I think the transition to tech, you're super excited to work at this big company with employees all over the world, but I think it's sometimes figuring out how do you connect to all these people. It takes a little bit at first. But one of my favorite stories that I like to tell people is that once you make a connection with someone virtually or a virtual friend, that relationship is going to stand the test of time. It's going to continue no matter where you live in the world. So some of my first friends that I made here 10 years ago, I mean, I'm getting invited to their weddings, they're coming out to visit me here. So I think Cisco is a very, very special place to grow your network in tech. The thing I think that any employee loves the most is seeing the positive impact that their work has on others. For me, being in people and communities in our HR organization, we have a lot of focus on diversity and inclusion initiatives. So the thing that I'm most proud of is actually growing women representation in tech as an industry, and knowing that the work that I do here at Cisco doesn't only benefit our employees here, but the future women joining tech as a whole. One of the things I'm most proud of with Cisco UK is we were one of the first signatories for the Tech Talent Charter, which is an organization committed to growing diverse representation in the tech industry as a whole. And I think for anyone, knowing that the impact your work has on others is just incredibly fulfilling. Bringing my whole self to Cisco means not being afraid to fail. What that means, it doesn't matter how busy it gets, how unprecedented a problem is. I know that I have incredible leaders, teammates that are going to support me, and if I make a mistake or something goes wrong, we're going to figure it out together. So we win together, we fail together, we laugh together, and I think just having that community of support and having each other's backs means I can show up myself in the best way every day at work. This might sound a little cliche because I think you probably hear this from a lot of people who are in the human resources field, but one of the things I'm just most passionate about is helping other people. I really enjoy coaching people, so whether that's at work and thinking about their next career move, I often have career sessions even with my friends, so if that's helping them think about how to translate their skills into a certain field or just reminding them how incredible they are, I really just love to be other people's hype woman and help them work towards that next goal that they have in life.